Hello there, this is Dave Allen for Good and Geeky, and I'm going to show you the best way to style and design using text on the Mac. And it's an application called Text 4. I think it's brilliant. It's basically going to output raster or bitmap images, and that's okay. So the thing you need to remember is that when you're making a design is to start with the size that you want to finish. So don't start with something that you're going to have to change in size to increase in size or reduce in size, because obviously that's the way you're going to get jaggies in your design, and you don't want that. So let's have a look at how we get started with ArtText 4. So when we get started with a new design in ArtText 4, the thing to do is to go to New, and this what comes up. You get basically a text layer and nothing else. And you can start quite quickly by changing whatever you want to put in there. So let's say we're going to put in there the this is my motorbike, an NC750X. So first of all, I might want to do something with the size of it, and I can change that by going to these corner things, these corner nodes. So I can line it up to the center, or I can line it up to the center horizontally and vertically at the same time. So let's just put it up there for the moment. And you can get started pretty quickly by going into fill, and in fill there you're going to find basic things like maybe if you want to have a gradient in there, so you can put a gradient on there to start with, or you can just have a plain colour, and you can go into the plain colours and you can use the general sort of way of finding colours within your system there. So let's just change that and make it green, for instance. What a lovely green. Not. That's a little bit better, not quite so lime green. You can put in there some patterns, some vector patterns. Like I said, there's some vector in there. Or you could put in a wood pattern, for instance. Let's go for a wood pattern. And basically you can get in there and make some sort of designs quite quickly and simply with this here. You can scale the design, you can tile the design, you can have it stretch. You can make it go that it fits within the thing there. So few different ways of changing the size and fit of tiles within there. We've got simple ones there. We could have a gradient, we could have lines. All of these designs that are in here are things that you can sort of work on and make yourselves. So change the position of it, we can change how it's centered. All of these tiles can be worked upon. Then what we can do is we can go into these ones here, which give us 3D sort of versions of the text. So this one here is a 3D version in purple, or we go for one in this one here. And we've got various ones here. We've got artistic, we've got brushes, some weird looking ones here that change the dynamics of how it all works and so on. And you can basically go for any of these ones here that are set up already for you, some defaults. So let's go for some simple ones. So maybe you want to have an eggy sort of colour, that'll be quite good. And then you can go into that and you can change the size of the depth there. You can change the actual depth of the object. You can change where the light's going to be on there. So I'm moving the light around so it's different. And obviously you can change the colour there by moving this along the slide here. So it was yellow and now I changed it into various other colours by moving the colour slider across. Just get it until you get something that you like. Or you can put a button map in there as well to give you textures. If we go into this thing here, we've got various textures that we can choose from. So maybe we want to go for this one here, or maybe we want to go for a mask like this one over here. All sorts of things you can do with it. We can change the scale of that there. Let's zoom in a little bit closer to this here. So you can change the amount. And then we can change how much blur that goes with it. I think this is a brilliant application. You can do so many things with it with text. It's amazing. And as I say, you can combine all of these things together. Sometimes maybe what you want to do is you want to have something like this here, but you also want to have, say, a wood effect on it as well. Now I can't put the wood effect on top of this bit here exactly, but what I can do is I can do a duplicate of that layer. So let's go to edit and I can do duplicate. Now it's put the duplicate at an offset to what was there already. That's okay, we can line that up again quite easily. It lines up pretty simple. Then what I can do is I can go to the bottom layer, and in the bottom layer I can go back into this one here and I can say that I want to have stones. Let's have some stones in there. So let's put some bricks. Now I can't see it at the moment, but what I can do then is I can go into the text layer copy, and I can go into effects then. So once we've gone into effects, I can change the opacity. So as you can see now, I've got the brick sort of effect underneath, and then I've got the yellow sort of bumpy sort of letters on top there. Or I could do that by changing the blend mode and go for say darken, and change the opacity up of that as well. So that's another way of doing it. Let's see what else can I do with this here. That's the one at the top I'm changing there. It's not making a lot of difference at the moment because of the fills being a yellow is not having an effect with darken. But I could do sort of difference, and that is a kind of a lovely different way of doing it. You can see you've got the bumpy sort of letter, the letter which is like a 3D effect there, and yet you've still got the sort of stuff underneath there with the brick sort of thing. Or I can go for exclusion. All sorts of different blend modes you can use there to change the way it all works and get it just the way that you want. It's obviously going to have to experiment with a lot of these things here. Now another thing that you need to do with letters as well is to maybe put a shadow on there. So let's put a shadow onto this one here. In fact, let's go to the layer at the bottom there, and we'll put a shadow on that one there. Now I've got a shadow there, but it's more of a glow than a shadow because of the way it's set at the moment. It's set in the middle. But if I bring that so that the shadow's down to the bottom right of it, then I can change the distance, change that number there. I can change the angle by changing this one here. Very nice. You can change the colour of it obviously as well, and then you change the amount of blur. So basically the further away that you get from the letter that you're shadowing, the more of the blur that you want to put in there. Another thing you want to do is to put a stroke on it. So let's go for stroke. Can't see much of a stroke at the moment, but let's put some bigger strokes on there. Let's go for a dark black stroke there. Then maybe what we want to do is we want to put another stroke in there as well. So let's go for a grey sort of stroke around the outside of that there. And then we could even have another stroke on the outside of that. And as I say, you can also do a glow, which will put a glow around the whole of that there. So we've got the colour 1, which is yellow, and colour 2, which is the red. The colour red is not showing at the moment because it's isn't ticked. We've got the checkbox ticked, and it shows the thing there. The blend mode it's using is the layer. So obviously the layer is the one at the bottom there, and that's just a normal setting, so that's not going to be sort of make any different there. Bring in another layer, so let's go into add a background. So the background is put in there is just a background which is a fill with a gradient. You can change the gradient here, so say we wanted that there at the bottom to be, instead of a grey sort of colour, we wanted it to be a sort of darky purple sort of colour. There we go, we've got dark purple in there at the bottom now, so that's one thing that you could do there. We could go for a plain colour if we wanted to, so put a plain colour, put black in the background, or a very dark grey. And we can go and change the colours of this over here with these sliders that we've got. We've got RGB sliders in there, or we could choose to have CMYK sliders, whatever takes your fancy with the sliders. Or we could have the apple sort of colours here. We can pick from an orange maybe, quite good. Even though it's a background, what we can do with it, we can go to this setting here now, put it back down to the centre here, and we could put it in one of these here if we wanted to. So let's go for this here. And as you can see, we've got the depth in there of the background. So we've got a something that looks like it's got a bit of a shading on there, top and bottom, and we can obviously change where the light's coming from as well. So let's bring the light up to the top there a bit, and we can put bump maps into this too. So let's have a bump map into it. And whatever you did with the letters, you can also do with the background. So let's change that to a different one. Let's go for this one here with the mask. That's kind of nice, isn't it? Lovely. Well, we go for that one there. All sorts of possibilities with this here. And you can change the way it all works by changing these settings within this here. So we can go for less of it if we want to. So we want to be a bit more subtle. We can put in there and have blur in there if we want to, so more subtle again. Now, one more thing that you can do with this here is you can go 3D. So let's put a 3D layer in there. So let's go add a 3D layer. We don't have to go to geometry to change that. What we can do with this here is we can use this here and turn this round to place it as we want in 3D space. That's kind of nice. Or we can go to change the depth of it. So that's the depth being changed. Or we can change the thickness of the letters. So that's kind of cool. We've got different projections there that we can change there. We can go for a parallel projection. All sorts of things you can change with this here. We can also transform this text quite nicely. So we could go for a transformation like this one here. So that makes it small at the top and bigger at the bottom there. And we can also put it onto something like this here, a bit of a wavy sort of thing. And with these projections that we've got on here, what we can do with this here is we can change it so that we basically can do what we like with it. So we can change the shape of the wave. Isn't that nice? Lovely. Amount of wave, that is the one at the top there. Move the slides across and see what happens. Nice. This one changed the amount of wave, and then this one changes where the wave is within that line. Have some more text in there. And I can do the geometry thing with that as well. So let's go down to geometry. And we want to transform that. So with the transformation, we want to do one of these things here. We can do that. And again, we've got different possibilities in this one here because there's less you can change with it. It's got just the one slider. We can make it go up to the top and we'll make it come down in the middle there. So that's quite good. Or we could go for one where we sort of transform it a horizontal spline. Let's try this one. And we've got this line in the middle here, and if I move this up here, and then move this one down here, it's basically giving us sort of a text following a path. We can put it into, we can put images in there. We can't see it very well. It's been tiled at the moment. Let's make it fit instead. Or we could make it stretch. Or we could go for this one here with a cloudy sort of thing there. Lots of different things you can do with this. So you can bring in pictures as well from outside. And in the next video, I'm going to show you how you can do some really special things with it that make it look absolutely marvellous. Check out the next video where we'll go into some more details of what you can do with Art Text 4. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Bye bye now.